Hey guys, what's going on? I'm with the Dickies right now. We're heading back home down to SoCal. We just did Santa Cruz and San Francisco. We played the DNA Lounge in Frisco with Marky Ramone's band. It was really fun, and we're on our way home now. And anyway, this video is going to be an interview that I joined in with CJ Ramone and Dan Root and Steve Soto, and it was a really good time. I felt really honored to be sitting on the same couch with those guys and being interviewed. The original video was actually taken down, the full interview, not because it was a controversial interview. It's just I think that the channel that it was on, RT Network, got taken down because, you know, basically that's like a it stands for Russian television, right? RT Network. And when the whole Ukraine-Russia thing started, anything Russia-related, even with having to do with the name Russia, just got demonized and taken down and all that. So anyway, I found it, and here's a clip from it. So you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys soon.
When I first started playing punk rock, there was no commercial aspect to it whatsoever. So it was very pure in the sense that it was kids in a garage that put on our own shows and did our own thing and played for pretty much each other. You know, the audience was usually people in other bands at the very beginning, and then as it grew, and for us, because we were from the suburbs, so this all started, like, you know, for like us, the West Coast stuff started in Los Angeles, but when the suburban kids in like Orange County and Long Beach and stuff got their hands on it, we kind of morphed it into our own thing. Sadly, it kind of bummed out some of the older LA people, and they kind of ran from the whole thing like, oh, you guys are crazy, because there wasn't a crazy element to it. But at some point, it became a money-making thing, and so people were getting into punk rock because they wanted to have a successful music career. And fortunately, like the bands from the early 80s, we got to grow as bands without that bubble, or about being, you know, the pressure of that, like, oh, we got to sell 1 million records. We were just like, oh, we got to make a record. And, you know, if anyone bought it, it was like, oh, wow. You know, so I think that's where it changed a lot. And now, you know, I mean, punk's gone up and down. The singer of the Adolescents and I joke around, we call it the ice age of punk, you know, because it'll happen, and then all of a sudden it's popular again. And, you know, like the first time it happened, bands like Bad Religion, a lot of bands like started playing metal and doing all this other stuff, but like Bad Religion just plugged along and played punk rock and kept at it, you know, and then when it got popular again, they were poised to be in a great spot because they didn't give up on it, you know. So in that sense, I think, you know, that's where the change is. It became something that became a commodity instead of just being like this little art thing that happened.
Years ago, 17 years ago, I'd say, which isn't that long ago, I started a metal band. So it wasn't the punk scene. But at the same time, we had to do everything ourselves to get people to the shows. We were making our own flyers, going to, you know, mall parking lots or whatever parking lots, and just putting flyers everywhere. And what's happening now with bands, assumingly in the punk scene, I don't know if they're working that hard to do that, you know, to have that kind of real groundwork of, hey, this is important to us, and it is art, and let's get everyone here to join in on it. Like, I don't know if that's happening.
The emphasis now seems to be on how many hits did you get on YouTube, how many, you know, like that's where the problem lies, is even if like you put your own, you know, like if you just grabbed a guitar and put up a video on YouTube, you know, it's like people are doing things to get attention to it instead of just doing it because, wow, I wrote this great song and I want to put it out. You know, it's and if you don't get those hits, no one pays attention to you. So it's just like, you know, catch-22 is, you know, do you want people to hear your music, but at the same time, you know, if you do the things to make the sacrifices that you might have to make to get it out to people is kind of where that. I don't know what the answer is to that, you know.
There's plenty of, like, the real stuff's out there. You just got to look for it. It's not hand-delivered to you. You got to find it.
With the first, like, Adolescents record, the first record I made, like, that record is all about being a disenfranchised teenager. And it stands up today because we weren't singing about Reagan in the 80s. We were singing about being an outcast, you know? And so, so for that end of it, it's kind of like, you know, like it's probably the biggest record that I've played on. And I've had kids come up to me and go like, I know you know how I feel right now. And that's, you know, that kind of, you know, it makes you feel like it, you know, does something to your heart knowing that. At the same time, at our shows, we try to have a great time and give people, like, it's fun. And now, as we're older, we address, you know, like political stuff sometimes too, you know. So, I mean, it's like, it's kind of touching on all of it, you know. In the most part, is trying to give people some of your insight, but also letting them know that you empathize with them and know how they feel. And it's also fun too, you know. Music, going to a show should be a blast.
Like what Steve said, that's pretty much it. We just want people to come, have fun, enjoy themselves, make sure they understand what we're saying and don't mistake it and do something distorted with it, and buy their tickets and don't ask to be on the list.
For me, I want to be an example to like the students I have, to the friends that were in the scene that I was in, you know, doing things ourselves, just like these guys did. You know, work hard, do what you love, and don't be a douche. You know, grow up to be a good person. And that's really it. And I just try my best to be that example.
He's very particular about them. Just point out that Adam has better socks than Dan today.
Oh, there you go. Come on, man.
I want to let you guys know that I've teamed up with Sweetwater and I have a custom landing page there. You can look at all of the stuff that I use. You can also purchase it. There's stuff under all of that, which is stuff I recommend that I think is really cool. You can also check out any of the vocal stuff, guitar stuff. You can go anywhere and navigate through their whole website through my link. I get a small commission of that. So just so you guys know, full disclosure, if you guys feel like giving back to my channel in any way, that would be a great way. You guys would be buying stuff that you want or need, and I would be getting a tiny commission off that. So have fun on that landing page. Check it out below. It's in every video of mine here on DRUM-THRU Drive-In. I'll see you guys in the next video.